Looking slimmer at 50 doesn't mean hiding your body. It means knowing how to frame it. I've spent years studying fashion that flatters midlife curves on clients, on friends, on myself. And in this video, I'm sharing 5 style secrets that work better than any trend or crash diet. These tips are subtle, wearable, and they visually reshape your silhouette. But keep watching, because one piece I used to toss aside, I now use it as a secret weapon. Now, let's start with something subtle but so powerful: vertical lines. I can't stress this enough. Vertical lines visually elongate your body and help you look taller and leaner without needing to change your shape at all. It's an old stylist's trick, and it works every single time. When I say vertical lines, I don't just mean pinstripes, although those are fantastic if done right. I mean anything that leads the eye up and down instead of side to side. That could be an open, long cardigan, a duster, a pleated blouse, or even a center seam down your trousers. I remember the first time I compared myself in a horizontal striped top versus a vertical one. Same lighting, same pants, same everything. The horizontal lines made me look wider and a little boxy, but the vertical ones? Instant streamlining. Even the way you wear a long necklace or drape a scarf can create this illusion of length. And if you've ever worn a long blazer over a column dress, you've probably seen this effect without even realizing what caused it. My go-to right now is a navy blouse with soft, vertical pleats down the center. It doesn't scream stripe, but it still pulls the eye downward gently, which slims the upper body. I also love throwing on a long vest or a softly structured jacket that's left open. This creates a visual column through the center of the body. I always say, let the lines work for you, not against you. It's a little change, but it creates such a noticeable difference in photos and in the mirror. And here's a little bonus. If you're wearing separates, try pairing high-rise pants with a slightly longer top, then layering an open jacket. That's like a triple layer of vertical elements working together. You're not hiding anything, just reshaping how the eye moves. Trust me, once you start seeing how verticals shift your whole silhouette, you'll never want to go back to boxy horizontal pieces again. Now, this next one is probably one of the easiest ways to look instantly slimmer: dressing in one color from head to toe, or what I like to call monochrome magic. And no, it doesn't mean wearing black every day. That's such a common misconception. The power of monochrome isn't about the color itself, it's about creating continuity. When you wear similar tones throughout your outfit, it removes those visual breaks that divide your body into chunks, and suddenly you look longer, leaner, and more elegant without trying too hard. For example, one of my favorite fall looks is a soft camel sweater tucked into high-rise trousers in a similar warm tone, topped with a tan coat. It's tonal, it flows, and it gives the illusion of height. Compare that to wearing dark jeans with a bright top and a contrasting jacket. It chops the body into 3 parts. It's not that the colors are bad, it's that the eye doesn't travel smoothly. And when the eye doesn't travel smoothly, it picks up on width rather than length. Monochrome fixes that in a flash. Even if you don't have an exact match, staying in the same color family works wonders. Think olive green with sage, ivory with warm beige, or charcoal mixed with softer grays. Layer them intentionally, and it feels cohesive, modern, and flattering. I also love using texture, mixing knit with wool or silk with matte jersey to keep it from feeling flat or boring. And just like that, you've taken the guesswork out of slimming down your outfit without doing anything drastic. If you're curious about where to start or just want a little help finding those matching tones, I've added links to some of my favorite monochrome pieces in the description box below. I handpicked things I actually wear, pieces that layer well, hold their shape, and feel good on real bodies. Have a look when you're done watching. It might just save you a shopping headache later. Now, let's move into something that can either help or completely hurt your silhouette: layering. And trust me, I've learned this lesson the hard way. I used to grab chunky cardigans and oversized ponchos in fall thinking I was being cozy and stylish. But all they did was swallow my shape and add bulk where I didn't want it. Then I discovered the magic of structured layering. It changed everything. Here's what I mean by strategic layering. Instead of drowning in fabric, you're choosing outer layers that frame your body. Think tailored vests, cropped jackets, lightweight trench coats, or even a soft blazer with just enough shape. You still get that cozy layered look, but your waist, shoulders, and hips are still visible, so you keep your figure intact. One of my favorite tricks is to wear a fitted long-sleeve tee with slim trousers, then add a structured vest on top. It frames the torso and draws the eye vertically, which is slimming and modern. Another tip: pay attention to where the layer ends. A cardigan that hits mid-thigh can elongate you when worn open, while a cropped jacket that ends right above the hips can highlight your waist. The key is to avoid layers that bunch or billow out, especially around the middle. They often add unnecessary volume and make outfits feel frumpy. And let's be honest, no one wants to feel like they're being swallowed by their clothes. I'd love to know, do you find layering tricky? Or have you found pieces that work really well for your body? Let's start a conversation in the comments. Share what's worked for you, or even what you're still trying to figure out. I read through everything, and I'm always curious to see how other women style themselves in this season of life. Now let's talk about a detail that gets overlooked way too often: your neckline. I know it sounds small, but the right neckline can completely change how your upper body looks and feels. It's one of those quiet style secrets that really works, especially if you're trying to visually lengthen your frame, draw attention upward, and create softness around the face. Once I started being intentional about necklines, I noticed I didn't just look more balanced. I looked more refreshed and modern. So, what works best? V-necks are your best friend. A V draws the eye vertically, opens up your chest, and adds that long, lean effect without revealing too much. Scoop necks can also work well if they're not too deep or wide. If you have a fuller bust or a shorter neck, these shapes really help to open things up visually. I especially love a simple V-neck sweater with a dainty necklace, or a pendant that falls right into the neckline. It adds subtle focus and elongation. What to be cautious with? High crew necks and boat necks. They can be lovely, but if your neck is shorter or you carry fullness in your face or upper chest, those styles can sometimes compress everything and make you look a bit boxier. The same outfit, one with a scoop neckline versus a crew, can have two totally different effects. Try it in front of a mirror next time you're getting dressed. You might be surprised at how much softer and more open you look with just a neckline change. And remember, you don't have to stick to deep cuts to get the benefit. Even a shirt with a button-down neckline, left slightly open, or a wrap dress that naturally creates a V can make a huge difference. Just think about opening up that area and letting your face be the focal point. It's flattering, it's feminine, and it's one of the easiest ways to look leaner and more lifted, without doing anything drastic. Now, speaking of small changes that make a big impact, there's one piece I tossed aside for years thinking it would add bulk, draw attention to my waist, or just make me feel uncomfortable. But then I figured out how to wear it right, and it became one of my favorite style tools. Keep watching, because it might just be the secret weapon your wardrobe is missing too. All right, let me confess something. I used to avoid belts. Completely. I thought they'd highlight my belly, dig in, or make my outfits feel stiff and uncomfortable. So for years, I just left them out. But what I didn't realize was that I wasn't using them right. I was avoiding them instead of finding the version that works for my shape and my style. And once I did, total game changer. The trick is to use belts as a framing tool, not a cinching tool. That means choosing belts that blend with your outfit. Think tonal or soft leather. and placing them at the natural waist, not too high or low. I love using a belt over a flowy dress or with high-rise trousers and a blouse. It creates subtle definitions and gives my outfit structure. And when done right, it doesn't draw attention to your tummy. It defines your shape. It shows that there's intention behind the outfit, not just layers thrown together. One of my favorite examples is a wrap belt over a soft knit dress. It gently brings in the waist and gives your silhouette that hourglass balance we're always looking for, without squeezing or adding bulk. Wide belts can work too if they're worn with smoother fabrics and balance out your proportions. The key is trial and error. Once you find that one belt that fits comfortably and looks clean, you'll start reaching for it more than you ever expected. And if you loved this video, I think you'll really enjoy the next one, because we're taking one of the trickiest pieces in every woman's wardrobe and making it actually work. In my next video, I'm breaking down how to wear white jeans over 50, what cuts to choose, what to pair them with, and how to style them without feeling exposed or bulky. So if white jeans have ever felt intimidating, trust me, you won't want to miss it.